Now today we are going to start the simple closed path. The definition is that it is the path that does not intersect or touch itself. This is the path. This does not intersect. This also path does not intersect, and this part. These are three figures which are simple closed path. The curves of the shape be the simple closed path. These are the shape of the simple closed path. And not simple path, these are two shape of the not simple closed path, because this curve intersect at this point and this curve touches at this point. Now a simply connected domain D, it is a domain in complex plane such that every simple closed path in D encloses only points of D. This means, suppose this is a domain D, this contains the points. All the points encloses this curve, enclosed by this curve. For example, the interior of the circle, ellipse, or any simple closed curves. These are the simply connected domain D. Now, a bounded domain D, a domain that lies entirely in some circle about the origin. There are some circle about the origin. The domain lies inside that circle if its boundary consists of P closed curves. There are many curves whose number is P, and there also lies inside the circle. It is called the P-fold connected domain. These curves has no common point. All these curves are different shapes. They lie inside the closed circle. For example, the annulus are discs without the center. Annulus shape is that like the tube of the tire, a disc, the shape of the disc without the center. So they are the bounded domain D. Now very important theorem to evaluate the integrals. This is Cauchy's integral theorem. If f of z is analytic in simply connected domain D, then every simple closed path C in D has the integral. This circle shows the path is closed, and C stands for the contour or the curve. F of z d is equal to 0. The simple closed path is called contour, and integration is called the contour integration. Now we have the few examples. Example 1, evaluate the integral Ez dz along the simple closed path. Ez dz is equal to, from the integral, the limits from 0 to 2 pi. Because path is closed, we take the limit from 0 to 2 pi Ez. The integral of Ez is easy. So we take the integral from 0 to 2 pi. First apply the upper limit and then apply the lower limit. Put in place of z 2 pi, this become e 2 pi minus e0, because 2 pi equal to 0. So they will cancel each other. They are same value. They will cancel. The z will be 0. Now the example number 2, evaluate the integral cos z into z. We take the integral from 0 to 2 pi cos z. The integral of cos z is sin z from 0 to 2 pi. Because sin 2 pi is 0 and sin 0 is 0, so we get the z 0. This is also a very important formula. This is called Cauchy integral formula. We evaluate the integrals by using the Cauchy integral formula. It is very helpful to integrate the integrals on the complex numbers. Definition is that if f of z is analytic in simply connected domain D, then for any point z0 in D and any simple closed path in D that encloses z0, means the point z0 lies inside this domain D. Now the integral C f of z over z minus z0 d is equal to 2 pi iota f of z0 is called the Cauchy integrals formula. Only we find the value of f of z0, and here we put the value of f of z0. First we find the z naught. This value is called z naught. Suppose in this example 2 minus z minus 2, here z naught is 2. Now we evaluate this example, evaluate this integral Ez over z minus 2 dz using Cauchy's integral formula. So here this domain encloses the point z naught. So f of z is Ez. We take only this term f of z equal to Ez. Because if we take z minus 2 and if we put in place of z equal to 2, this z becomes 0 and total z becomes the infinity. So we consider only f of z is z. The value of z naught is 2. So here we put value of z naught. Z naught is 2. So by putting z naught equal to 2, we find e square. So f of z naught is e square. By using this formula, we put here f of z naught equal to. Now using the theorem, integral f of z over z minus z naught dz 2 pi iota f of z naught. The value of z naught is e square. So we put here the value of f of z naught. Here we put value of z naught, which is e square. This will become 2 pi iota e square. By putting the value of pi and putting the value of e, and after simplification, this z become 46.4268 into iota. Now example number 2, evaluate the integral z cube minus 6 over 2z minus iota into dz by Cauchy's integral formula. So here we take 2 as common from this term. So we can write it as z cube minus 6 over 2 into z minus iota by 2. So this is the value of z naught. Iota by 2 is the value of z naught. We can write this integral as 1 by 2 z cube minus 6 over z minus iota by 2 as z cube by 2 minus 3 over z minus iota over 2. So here f of z is z cube by 2 minus 3. We eliminate this term because when we put here iota by 2, this z becomes 0. So we eliminate this term and we consider only f of z equal to z cube by 2 minus 3. Now z naught is iota by 2. This is the value of z naught, that's iota by 2. So here we put the value of z naught. This becomes f of z naught. And z naught is iota by 2. So here we put iota by 2 and also here we put iota by 2. This becomes iota by 2 cube over 2 minus 3. And after simplification, this z is become minus iota by 16 minus 3. Now using again Cauchy integral formula, so here we put value of z naught, which is minus iota by 16 minus 3. So here we put the value of f of z naught. This become z cube minus 6 over 2 iota into dz equal to 2 pi iota into this value of f of z naught. We put here this value. This become 2 pi iota into minus iota by 16 minus 3, and after simplification, this become minus 6 iota plus pi by 8.